Good evening, YouTube. How are we all doing tonight? We're going to do update number 6. We're going to talk about the channel name change and why I changed it, and what it means. And we're going to show more of the locomotives running on the almost completed track. Okay, to start off with the channel name change, I wanted it a little bit more appropriate for a model railroad, so it stands for Middle Tennessee Model Railroad in N scale. So we're trying to get more people interested and involved in it, and that's why I did the name change. And so therefore, update number 6 is the completion of the installation of the double track. Everything's running really good. We've got our scenery back over here, put back in. We got our balsa wood right here. I ended up putting an ice cream truck and people going up to my church. See them walking up to church. Some people sitting there waving. There's the church. I also weathered a little bit of powder on the micro machines, and they look a little bit better. We need some more work. We did some trimming, stuff like that. We definitely also have to do a little bit more finishing up on some things. Yes, we got some of our base scenery in, most of our painting in, and we just got these bushes in tonight. So yes, we still have to ballast. We've got a little bit of ballasting to go. Got to put more trees in, things like that. But everything has gone very well, minus a couple of spills of plaster that I had to clean up, and I've got to touch up, paint up, and maybe even scrape off. We ended up taking sand to basically like a filler. So when I put my grade ballast on, I didn't want to put that much grade ballast down the slope. So when I put the actual ballast on top of that, it would be gray. Now we probably won't be putting anything on that backside, and I'll paint some of that up and clean that up, because to be honest, you're probably not even going to see that. I wanted the front face of it to be ballasted. We'll probably ballast right in this little corner right here. Obviously ballast that track. And then finish up down through here. So everything is looking really good. We have got our sides in, just kicked up enough until we can possibly get some plexiglass and stuff like that. We also have we have a shark in scale. Come on, zoom in. So we have a shark. This is the small version. You can get that at Midwest Models. I'll try to get it out of the case, but it's super fragile. I'm thinking we're going to put it like that, and we're going to change this to plexiglass so you can see him from the side too. There is some clear plastic 3mm plastic clear sheets that you can put down there to kind of like a stand to set him up to the height that I need in the water. They're super cheap. You can get them on Amazon, but we're going to try all that stuff. We might add a little bit more paint and stuff like that here and there. You guys have seen this part. We did some weathering on these to kind of dull them down a little bit. Just powders. I haven't done anything. We got a car with the hood popped and all that stuff. So here's the back side over here of the two bridges and the church. It's looking good. There's a little bit of repair on that back side that looks kind of unsightly there, but again, we're going to cover a ballast and then stick some bushes in. Probably do the same back over here where that's showing. It's such a steep drop off and steep grade. It's a little bit hard to get to, but again, everything is coming together. I'm super happy about all this. I also want to state in the last video that when I talked about these little 3mm magnets that you get, you definitely need to be super careful. You can, if you get a locomotive over it, and I had someone mention the fact that it messes with the electronics and your boards on your locomotives. You might want to be careful. That's another reason why I took it out, and I don't run a locomotive over these. He literally stops before it gets there, and it won't even fit underneath it anyway. But yeah, everything's going to plan. It was a little rough. There was times when I didn't think I was going to be able to complete it and make it look good. I mean, but sometimes you got to trust the process, and the layout will come to itself. It will tell you what it wants. Sometimes you got to manipulate your track to get it to work how you want. But play with it, test it, try it. If it don't work that way, I can't tell you how many times I had to take out this curve versus this curve and flip them to make the locomotive articulate properly without derailing or something like that. I guess that guy decided he was just going to turn on. And that brings me to these. They are super frustrating. They're new. Obviously, this one's off the track. I don't like the fact that every time they hit a little edge, like where it comes together, if it's not flush, it stops. And it doesn't like to go, and I'll show you why. So, let's see now. For some reason, it gets hung up on everything, and I don't know if it's because, let's see if we can get this on here. I don't know if it's because these sit so low right here. The wheel sets sit so high up inside the truck. But it seems to get caught in these little edges and these corners. I think what I want to try to do, and I'll do it on one, is right here. Sorry about that. If I can get it to focus. Right here, this front section hangs really low. And I'm trying to get this to focus good. This is going to be hard to tell. Right here, you can see where it rubs. See that? And I don't know if it's a design flaw with these. I mean, they're brand new. But this little edge catches on absolutely everything. So if you guys know something that I can do, I mean, do I need to take these front pieces off and file this down? Because they catch on every piece of track where it touches. And I went through each part of the track and tried to push one rail joiner, one side of the rail joiner down the other, and it just seems to constantly be an issue. Like if you look right here, I promise this, it will catch somewhere in there. It feels fine. Feels fine over here. Right here is a little bit of rough spot. You know, so I don't, and it'll catch right there. So if you guys have any ideas on these, I mean, this is I think this is the Atlas GP38, if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not an expert with what type of locomotives or what. But they seriously have, they catch right here, it seems like. And if you look, I mean, it might even be catching right here. I'm not sure. I need to run them around and focus on them and watch them and see, because it may need that this front fascia is too low, and that's catching it. Also, I don't like that coupler being loose like that. It's hanging down. It's almost like it's bent. That's something else can be fixed. But anyway, that's the update. I don't know why my phone is giving me issues tonight with focusing, but it's looking really good. I'm super proud of it. I'm happy that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing without coming off track all the time. And that just goes to show, if you just spend a little time before and try to get it right, everything will be a little bit smoother. We fixed this situation. Was able to put a turnout in. I didn't have to tear too much of this stuff up. I'm on focus. It's still got some cracks. I got to fix that stuff, but I kind of like the cracks because it looks more natural. We still got a little bit of ballast to put in places. I got ballast over here to put in. We're only going to ballast to about right there, to where that turnout touches, and we'll cut across. I don't necessarily need it down there because it's behind the TV, and it's pointless to do that. The other issue that we had while doing this was there's a couple pieces of track that had to be pretty modified, and you could probably pick one out right now. This guy right here. So it was literally maybe 1/4 of an inch from being too much on this side. So I took a straight piece, and then I cut 2 rail ties out of it, which we'll fill that with ballast or something so you won't see it. Cut 2 rail ties and slightly curved the track enough to fit in here without messing this up. The problem was when I installed this whole section over here, it was like that. I didn't take measurements. I just let the track relax how it wanted to. So that was a bear, because I had to tear everything out from here. There was a turnout here. I had to tear them out, get those to fit. That was pretty easy. This whole thing right through here had to pop up and scrape all the ballast off and redo all this. And then, like I said, this curve fit in just fine right through here. I don't think I had to modify anything there. That went in just perfect. This one is one I had to modify right here. You can tell the slight. I only had to take one rail out and slightly tweak that to fit. There is a little bit of gap, but to be honest with you, the train doesn't even notice it. It goes right over it. So yeah, we got our balsa wood glued in. Works really well. So okay guys, that's update number 6. If we do anything major to it, we're going to put some more trees in and stuff. We will probably give you another video, and we'll probably do something with just runtime, straighten everything up. So if you guys enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Good night.